dumb, yo. Was I
I
making?
couldn't get away. It didn't work.
I couldn't even see if you could hear me, if I was making sense when I was talking. Like, oh gosh,
No, no, no. You was good. You was good. I already listen. I got you. I got you.
I was so
Watch.
nerve wracked, yo. I'm so nervous.
I got you. But we need the people to come back on. So we live. We
Yo.
live, right?
Yeah, we live. I'm waiting.
Wait, I can't hear you. Oh my god, this is crazy.
You can't hear me,
It's like you took me off a speaker or something.
but you can hear me, right?
I can hear you like if I put it in my ear, but I can't just hear you.
Hmm.
I had to call Calvin. I'm texting you like I don't want you to think I just left you hanging. I'm trying.
All right. I'm trying to see. Hmm. You can hear me though,
But
because
you
I can.
got me. No, you gotta make sure you on speaker because I can't hear you on a speaker type.
Oh Lord. So yeah, maybe check your thing.
No,
Maybe.
ain't nothing wrong with mine.
All right. Let's see.
My volume all the way up. I don't know. All right, maybe I gotta hold it to my ear. Okay, that's fine.
All right, but you can hear me though, right?
Yeah, I can hear.
Oh. Oh, you know what? Yeah, you should be able to hear me now. I think I had my earphone in and I was kind of turning it. I just turned it off. So, but we have one. I guess they didn't come in yet. I only
That
see
is
one
so
person.
crazy.
I only
And
see
I'm
one.
talking to y'all like, hello.
I only see one
That's
person.
funny though.
Uh,
Oh
all right.
dear. No,
You
I heard the whole thing though. I was there from the beginning.
okay? Yeah, I was trying not to go into details, too much details. I
I
wanted.
was there from the beginning. I heard everything. I'm all right. I can figure it out.
Okay, so we're back live. I do see three people in the room, and that one might be just it might just be two of us and one person. So let's kind of wait. Even though honestly, people are going to only come back to view it later, so we really could just keep talking. It doesn't.
Yeah, we could.
All right, so um, I don't know where I left off at. Uh, that's why I don't like being interrupted because I don't
Oh
like
my
changing
god, I'm
my
so sorry,
flow.
but we had tech. Listen, we are of a certain age that the technology is beyond us. It's
Okay.
beyond me. That's what I know.
Hey, Miss B, who's this? Oh, okay, there's
Probably.
somebody. That's one of your people, I guess. Um,
Hi, whoever it is. Hi.
but we are back, and I think I should give people a little bit more time to come back in because we did have at least 10 people in the room. Even though, honestly, when I look at the thing, it looks like it's more than that. But you know, the ones that are actually in the chat, that's the ones that I'm able to see. Um, Wait a minute, hold on 1 second. What I was saying earlier is that from the time we actually put a message in the chat, there's a delay. Okay, okay, that makes
Yeah,
sense.
but
Cause
you know the stuff be glitching.
yeah,
And no,
um,
for real.
yeah, that's okay. So let's talk. Let's go a little bit into because I think I did at the beginning of the conversation. I was able to go into a bit of the historical who I am and what I've been through and why we're having this conversation. I want to make it very clear that the reason why, even though I had to go into historical facts to understand, for you to understand why this is so major to me, um, being molested, groomed, raped. I mean, and y'all can only put all the things that you can think that a child has gone through in to perspective, um, from a sibling, a grown, aunt's boyfriend, a neighborhood kid, so all of those areas, I've always been around
Mm,
pedophiles. And
right.
I don't know if I'm able to say that on
I
YouTube.
mean, you just said it, so it is
I
what
just
it
said it,
is.
so I have to actually check the guidelines and hopefully nothing happens.
Right,
But
we're gonna get shadow banned or something like that.
yeah, but honestly, I have always been around pedos, okay? Let's call them that. The Epstein files don't got nothing on the church files,
None,
okay?
nothing at all. Nothing.
And what's so crazy is I grew up apostolic. Bianca grew up Seventh Day Adventist.
Hmm.
Others were Baptist, Catholic, you name it. The church system is a system that is governed by Satan himself. The kingdom
Exactly.
of God is governed by the king. Okay? The kingdom of God is governed by the King of Kings and the Lord of Lords. Jesus, the Christ, God himself governs the kingdom. But that church system is governed by Satan himself, and his sons and his daughters are his servants. Okay? And so let's be clear. When I speak, I'm speaking on behalf of the king. I am an ambassador and I am on assignment to open my mouth and tell the truth behind the sacred walls of the church, not the kingdom. Because in the kingdom, we don't do this. Is meat, drink, and joy in the Holy Ghost. Okay, let me be clear. So I had to be clear. Okay. Oh man, they just said my message is held for review because I said that word. So y'all, oh,
Say what word?
I said that word. So let me just see what the message is.
But what word? We
Oh wait,
can't say it
oh
again. What do
no,
it
it's not
start
my
with?
word. It's not my word. It's not my word. It's Denisha's word. She said church system is governed by Satan and run by his
Not the
workers.
juice boxes.
So let's call his workers the juice
Wait.
boxes and not the P word that I used earlier. Okay, I'm
Oh
gonna
my
show.
God. How can you
Yeah,
use a word that's in the
no.
dictionary?
So they just told me to view it, so I viewed it, and so we're gonna say that I approved it. I approved it. So,
It's in the dictionary. I don't understand. This is
well, yeah.
crazy.
No, it's called guidelines, and so we are in the
I know,
system
but it's
of.
still crazy.
No, but we're in the system of YouTube, so let's use their terms so that we can actually stay relevant in this system, so that we can gather the souls that we need to gather, because that's our
Have
goal.
mercy.
So the juice boxes, um, that eat from
That's
the
what you
fruit,
gotta call them.
that eat that eat from fruit that that's not that was forbidden. Okay, they're eating from fruit from the tree in the garden. I'm a tree in the garden. Bianca's a tree in the garden, and others that will hear this are trees in the garden that was forbidden to eat. And so they're eating off of our fruit. They're eating the cats. They're eating the dogs.
They're eating
But
the pets.
yeah. So anyway, I digress. But I
This
want to
is not
say that
funny. No,
it's
it's
not.
crazy
But
because we laughing. We're laughing for anybody who's listening. We're laughing through our pain
absolutely.
because it's really not funny. But what else you gonna do? Literally.
So
But
Bianca, you can introduce yourself to the Treaders, but you have to say "Hey Treaders" because you already know how they
okay,
talk.
yeah, okay. Hey, Treaders. That's how you say
Y'all
it.
gotta say "Hey." Yeah.
Hey,
So,
Treaders.
so
I'm
Bianca.
Bianca Taylor. I
Mhm.
got it. I got it, Taylor. I got
Okay.
you.
Go.
I
Oh,
got
you
it.
good?
I'm Bianca Taylor. I'm a makeup director, a mother of three girls, and a church sexual abuse survivor. Um, I was abused from the age of 6 to about 15, maybe 14 and a half, something like that. But that was the range. I was abused by two different leaders in my church, both pastors. Well, actually, one was a youth pastor and the other one was I guess the lead elder. These titles are crazy, so I don't even, but that's what they were. Um the abuse began when I was around 6. The particular pastor that I'll talk about in a little bit that I went to court for, he would um
Well, don't take us too quick. I want to ask you a
don't take
question
us too
about.
quick. All
Well,
right, go ahead.
I want to ask you what was the name of. Well, not the name of your
No,
church,
you can
but
ask me because I'll tell you.
well, yeah. So you unfortunately have to had to walk through like go through to trial and all that kind of stuff. So
Yeah,
the
it was
name. What
crazy.
was the name of your church?
My church was called Mizbah SDA Adventist Church. It was on Germantown Avenue.
Okay, and so
And
this
that's
church
where all
was.
the abuse happened.
Yeah, but what like so? How did you end up in this church at 6 years old?
Well, my mom actually grew up in the church when she was younger. Then she left, like I guess during her teenage years, and then at some point she came back. So that's how we ended up there in the first place.
Okay, so again another family church or my mother and father, that was their church, and so I ended up at that church because she said, oh, let me take you to this church to get help.
Mm-hmm.
And so you end up at the church as a 6 year old child, and like what type of things were you and like how did you become involved in this church? Were you involved in the church? How did this person or these people get close enough to you? Was this a thing that? Well, no, that's taking me too far. Were you involved in things that made you kind of like susceptible to abuse?
Yes, our church was very close knit. It wasn't a big, huge church. It was more like a small, intimate church. So everyone was involved with everyone. So it wasn't like it was 2,000 members. There was maybe 200 at the most.
Hmm.
So
Okay,
we were all really close knit because there wasn't that many of us.
and you said like I want to talk about the youth pastor first, and then we can go into like the elder. But I want to talk about the youth
Well,
pastor
the
because.
elder did happen first before the youth pastor was exposed.
Oh, okay. So there's a question in the chat for you from Zanisha. She said, "Were the juice boxes close to your parents?"
At this point, I don't know if the juice boxes was close to him, but I figure they were because this don't make no sense.
Okay, go ahead and
It don't
continue.
make no sense. Something's off.
So the elder, let's just start there because I assume that
The
the.
elder is what happened first. I
Okay.
mean, what was exposed first. So when I was 14, the elder, the lead, they called him the lead elder. So I guess he was the closest to the pastor and how their ranks go. He,
But wait, because you said that you were 6 when the abuse started.
well, I'm talking about the actual court case, but yeah, I
Well,
was
no,
6
no,
when the
no,
abuse
no.
started.
That's
So
taken
I don't
too.
know
That's
where we
going too
starting
far
from.
ahead. I want to start from the beginning. Like this is
Oh, okay.
this whole conversation is only dealing with beginning stuff. Like we'll end
Oh,
up in the
okay.
middle. Yeah, like we'll end up all over the place because you know how we get when we're just conversing. But I'm like, I really want to start at the beginning so that we can have just more of a foundation to help people understand the why behind this conversation or church doors. It's not just
Okay.
like a, hopefully it will be a movement because we're bringing people out of dark places. But I want to lay the foundation so that we can, yeah, that's the question. What led up to grooming? So going back to six, where,
Okay.
like, when did you
What was
recognize that?
happening? Okay, I got you.
Yeah, when did you
First of all,
recognize
I
that
want
something was off?
to before that, I would also like to say that this grooming and stuff is a real deal, and everybody needs to take that really, really serious because it affects you for the rest of your life.
Mm-hmm.
It really, really does. So when I was around 6, my abusers, it, as far as I can remember, because again, I'm 6, but as far as I remember them picking me up. I remember them sitting me in their laps. When I got a little older, maybe 7 or 8, I remember feeling erections sitting on their laps. As crazy as that is to say, but
Mm-hmm.
it's true. Um, I remember just touching my hair, telling me how pretty I was from men, and
In your church.
literally in the pews,
Mm-mm.
literally in the pews. I don't know how many people are listening that are privy to Seventh-day Adventist culture, but we have service all day long. So we have a morning service, then we go eat, and then we have afternoon service, and then we go eat again, and then we have an evening service. So in between the services is when the abuse happened because nobody was in the sanctuary because they were eating or outside, and that's when the abuse would actually happen.
And so, how old was the elder at that time of your abuse?
At that time in my abuse, the elder was in his 60s.
Wow, Jesus. So, how old was the? I don't. I need to set the
The second
moderator.
one, because it's two of them.
Wait, hold on 1 second because I need to set the moderators up because I don't know who this person is, but he doesn't even know us and can't even see us. So let me set.
What?
No, he's just made. I'm gonna try to see if we. Okay, all right. I just got him out. So next, um, but so if he was 60, the pastor, youth pastor, how old was he?
He was around that time, I believe, in his late 20s, probably 28, 29. At that time when I was that little. Because
Okay,
remember, it happened from 6 to 15 almost.
okay.
But
So.
around when it first started, he was in his late 20s. I want to say 28.
Mhm. Okay, so going back to, everyone will be in the, eating in between services, and of course, no one is paying attention to the children, and you end up
At all.
in the hands of predators. So let's go back to that. Sitting in the sanctuary in the pew, like what type of things would happen?
He would grab me and put me on his lap. And like I said, that's when I experienced, well, felt erections. I didn't know what it was at that time because I'm only 7, 8 years old. But I remember feeling that. Now I know what it was, but I remember feeling it.
Mm-hmm.
Um, like I said, he would continuously call me pretty. He would touch my hair. He would stroke me, like meaning like stroke my back or stroke my arms or my thighs. That was just regular. And it wasn't just once a week because like I said, for people who know, we were in church 4 times a week. So this was a regular thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's what I was trying to explain. Like even for me, at 12. And keep in mind, like I didn't get into the story, as far as like how he was fondling that day, like the first night. But the grooming and the fondling continued on, and it started to progress into all of those things, like you mentioned, the erection and heavy petting and all of those things, and that moved into humping and dry, like all of that stuff. Like so,
Lord God.
as a child, trying to
You don't
understand
know. Yeah, you don't know
what
what the
that
hell is going
is.
on.
Yes, we were babies, literally. Now, mind you, I was going into, like adolescence, going into like, I was about to be 13. But even with that, being a child and not understanding what's happening or how to really process what's happening, I also, what I could, now mind you, I was able to tell my mom what my brother did, but I couldn't open my mouth to tell what the leader was doing because I had he built a relationship, I'm your father now. Like just that one thing made me feel like, yeah, I absolutely can't tell what he's doing because he's somebody important. He's somebody in
Right.
our home. He's somebody in my life, and what he's doing, I never felt comfortable and cozy and okay with it. But he was training me. Even the grooming trains us to be okay with that touch, you know.
And not even
So go ahead.
necessarily okay, maybe just enough to not say nothing because you're
That
never really okay.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Yep, you're right.
You're never really okay with it. It
Hmm.
just I can't say nothing.
Yeah,
So that's not
and
okay. And that's what they do.
so you can go on and tell a little bit some more of your story. So did it ever? I mean, like, was this something that was also because I guess you were between 7 and 8? When did the youth pastor start to, make his way
It
into
was
the
okay.
conversation?
It was actually happening simultaneously.
Oh wow.
Um, yeah, it was at the same time. It's just that my youth pastor, his name is Keith Wilkerson.
Wow. Okay.
I don't give it. I don't care.
Yeah, watch your language now. It's like, no, I don't.
Yeah, we
It's
don't
a
want to get
podcast.
blocked or.
It's a
But I
podcast.
don't give a damn. His name is Keith Wilkerson, and he still works around children as we speak.
Mm-mm-mm.
I've tried multiple times to flag him, call companies that he's worked for. He works around children right now. His name is Keith Wilkerson.
And so Zanisha said a child could never comprehend what was happening because they make you feel close to them, like you're the prettiest, the nicest, the smartest, all those things, especially if your parents like the juice box, you're afraid, you know? And that,
Juice box.
oh no, juice box that's our thing. So, chat, from here on, this is how we're going to talk about those people. They are juice
Juice
boxes, all
box.
right? So, sis, because if we create our own language,
Then they can't do nothing
they
because you don't know
can't
what
do
we
nothing
talking
about
about.
our language, okay? We created this. It's called Juice Box. Thank you, Bianca. She's going to coin it and have a t shirt for you, okay? But it's true,
The
though. It's
juice
literally
box.
true. They make you feel like it's normal. And Tammy, your story is crazy, okay? I might pull you up to have a conversation if you ever are up to the conversation since you are healed and God is making you whole as we speak. So yeah, whenever you're ready, honey.
Thank
And
God for you, Tammy.
if you're not ready, we're gonna still I'm gonna talk for you, okay? As your big sister, my mouth is, you already know. You already know I go hard for you. So anyway, so
This is crazy.
I feel like
All right.
go ahead. Oh no, did she go out? She'll come back. She'll come back in because I still see her. So I don't know what happened. But yeah, they make you very comfortable and they make you feel like it's normal, but Oh yeah, she'll be back.
Yo, what is
Okay,
going?
there she
Yo,
is.
super doing some old other stuff. No, I'm
Wait,
telling you, this AI stuff is taking over. I don't know if it's the aliens or the AI. I don't
wait,
know what's going on.
wait. We can't hear you, so you have to
You can't hear
you
me?
know, yeah, turn your speaker on.
It is on. You can't hear me?
No, I can't.
Oh my god. They are doing this.
All right, so
They're doing it, Tara. I'm
all
telling
right,
you right. Can
we're
you hear
we're in
me?
a live podcast. Hey everybody, hi. Hey, we can't hear you, so you might have to go out and come back in. It's very
Oh
simple.
my god.
So y'all can hear her? Oh yeah, I couldn't hear her. She sounded pretty far to me. But oh, y'all could hear her? Oh, so maybe it was me. Well, she'll be back. Um, okay. All right, let's see. Oh shoot.
They tried it. No, I'm telling you, they tried it.
Oh no, everybody can hear you. I think I can't hear you. Sound far to me,
Oh,
but
because look, I don't trust none of them.
all right, so go ahead. We can hear you.
All right, what was I talking about? I don't even know what I was talking about. Somebody tell me.
So at the end of the day, you were saying that you were trying hard to get people to hear, that he's still in that.
Oh yeah, I was asking you how far do you want me? Do you want to save this for something? Because remember, it's a lot.
Well, yeah, well, if you go into something, just flow. But the bottom line is still foundation that we're talking about right now. And if we can
Okay.
keep it, the conversation, um, in that vein, even if we go in and out of that vein, it's still flowing. You know what I mean?
All right. Well, the first there was two abusers in my church, my small church, mind you. I don't even want to talk about how everybody knew and was complacent. I guess that's for another day because I can't even do it right now. But the first one, the one that was 60 something years old, I told my dad, and he was taken to court, and I had to testify in open court about what happened. After then, I was labeled. I'm I'm saying this at 15 years old, still not. I mean, I don't know how freely we can talk on here.
Yeah, you can talk freely.
Still not experienced sexually. I was labeled a whore, a liar. I provoked it. I did all these things to cause somebody to hurt me. When
So when you
and it's
went,
followed me for my whole life, literally in that
so that,
circle.
yeah,
So
I see why it
it's
would,
crazy
because
when people try to speak out and then or try to get help and then they're punished by trying to do it.
yeah. Can you
So
hear
that
me?
happened.
Can you hear
Literally.
me?
I
Okay, you
had
can't hear me.
literal church mothers coming into the court giving testimony on his behalf, saying that I somehow manipulated him into violating me.
Well, so here's the thing. One of the reasons, can you hear me?
Yeah.
One of the reasons why I have been gagged and muzzled for so long is because of the close proximity of just my relationship to that church and the leaders and everyone else in that church, right? Because I kept saying, if I open my mouth, they're going to literally just try to go into, they always try to pull out of you something that's not truth. Like, she wanted it, she this, she that. Everybody wants the pastor. Everybody is after the pastor. Everybody. And no one is really paying attention. Like, to, I'm not on here to talk about grown women who lay with their leaders. because that's a whole nother power
Yeah,
dynamic.
that's a whole nother different thing.
And that's power dynamic. So that does fall into the category of grooming and predator behavior. So yeah, I that's a whole nother topic though. We're talking about children. So what part of Bianca would make a grown man think that she wanted him? Or what would make anybody that knows the situation when it's presented think that Tara wanted a balding old man? Because in my mind, this is an old man. He's like in his late 40s, 50 years old.
No, 60 is.
I'm 12 years old.
Oh, you.
And what make me but to this day, never mind. See, I'm going too far. See, Bianca, don't
see,
pull me in that
see,
vein because
see.
I promise you, it's nothing about that man that I wanted. And even when I was presented with when I turned 18, and he waited until I was 18. I was old enough to consent, quote unquote. So there would be no charges if the cops were called. He could easily say, "Oh, he can make up anything by that point." Leading up to that point, it was 2 weeks after my 18th birthday that I was taken advantage of, and it went all the way. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So at 18 years old, I did not want it. And from 18 to 23, I fought literally, fist and all, fighting against all of the things that I was presented with. So it was never a time when I consented, right? So how did you feel as a child? You know, how did you feel as a child being? Because by this point, your mom knew, your
Everybody
dad
knew.
knew,
Everybody
everybody knew.
knew, and it's still a mystery to me because I don't understand. I don't understand it. I don't. It's a burden. Because that's still my family. I still have to speak to them and still have to be engaged. But I don't understand how they knew and allowed it. And that's a whole nother different. That's a whole nother episode.
Well, no, that's why we're going as deep as we need to go. I think for this month is just like you and I, for the most part. Zanisha will come up and have conversations too. But like there's so many others that have reached out to me to tell their stories because these are children, and my demographic is children. I'm not going into details about you
No, I
know
don't care
my,
about
my
no.
pastor.
Yeah, no.
I used to lay with my pastor and I don't
Yeah,
even
no, no, no,
mess
no,
with
no.
church
That's not the
stuff.
same. That's not the
I don't
same at
care
all.
nothing about that stuff
It's
because
not
this
the
ain't that.
same.
This is literally me. Like if my granddaughter is 6. I cannot imagine someone touching her inappropriately um at all. Like that's murder. I don't know if I'm able to say
And
that.
my
I
daughters
wait, I don't
are
know if I'm able to
9
say
and
that.
10, and I would
Yeah,
kill someone.
so we gotta watch those terms like the K word and the M. We gotta watch that too.
Oh shoot, sorry.
So we gotta figure out what to say to
I'm
that.
unhinged.
Right. So, but
I'm literally unhinged.
I really want to really talk deeply about this because I'm passionate, and if anybody can't tell, I'm very passionate about it. And ironically, I've been passionate about it. My ministry, Power Trade Global, and it's like the women's ministry for that is called the Well, and so I deal with women and their trauma and the trauma triggers, and I help women navigate through areas of abuse of any kind. And so I'm big on like really trying to figure out why in the church, these are things that are swept under a rug. And these leaders are praised and highly esteemed and what they do, and they have been doing this for years. Y'all are going to be shocked when I go into the details of how this predator got in our home and stayed and lived in our home for years. Do you understand? Like years and years. And it wasn't until I turned 23 and was able to say no after my mother passed away, and that's when it stopped. But when I understood, I didn't understand good and bad touch. I didn't understand safe touch. I didn't understand any of those things as a child. And I think it's important. This is what Bianca and I talk about often, like talking to your children about safe touch is important. Whether it's a boy or a girl, having a conversation with your child and setting boundaries and talking about things that are true and not sugarcoating any of those things, whether it's your mother, whether it's your father, whoever, don't let anybody da 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 da. So if those conversations work, because children then find their voice before their lives are interrupted. Do you agree with that, Bianca?
Absolutely. Absolutely. I feel one of the effects of the trauma that I faced under my leaders is that I am paranoid over my children.
Mm-hmm.
Completely scared. I can't sleep if they're not sleep, and I that's just one of the effects. You can't sleep
Mm-hmm.
because you don't want it to happen. It
Yeah,
can't happen.
I've experienced that too.
You cannot sleep at all.
My children were not allowed to stay over anyone's home, and unfortunately, I made
No, no
mistakes.
sleepovers, no
Yeah,
nothing.
I've made mistakes trusting loved ones to,
Not
be
even them. Not
around my
even them.
children. And unfortunately, the loved ones didn't know that things happened. And until it was already, like it was years later. And I didn't even know until years later. But I'm saying that to say that some of my greatest fears came. One of my children experienced, you know, what I tried to cover and shield them from at the hands of family. Literally, unfortunately, not my side of the family, but my husband's side of the family. And ironically, that same um, individual that I'm talking about, my leader was that is the same family. He's my husband's side of the family. So I'm not ashamed to say that I just said that out loud, mind you.
And
That's how
listen,
I
and you can say it,
but
and you can
but
say it
no,
out
I'm
loud. And
saying
I'm not
that
ashamed to say I got
that's
something
how
for
I
'em.
know that I'm absolutely free. You understand
I
what I'm
got
saying?
something for them though.
So I'm absolutely free because I was able to actually say that out loud, and I don't usually um, go that deep. But conversation is necessary for yeah. So whatever the Lord is doing, whatever He does is well. So I'm saying that to say that unfortunately it is such a dark demonic entity that lives in these people that yeah what you try to shield your children from, it ends up finding its way because there's an opening, and so that opening came through connection, and that connection was assigned by Satan to interrupt. And so I do feel like we have to be careful who we connect to, even more. And then I'm saying this to anyone that has children, grandchildren. It is not a joke. It is how children, and you see children in the streets now. You'll see prostitutes, you'll see the drug addicts, you'll see the alcoholics on the streets, you'll see the womanizers on the street, you'll see those that are struggling in their sexuality or they have submitted to their sexuality in the streets, the confusion in the streets. And if you talk to any, I'll say 10 out of no, 9 out of 10, they have been mishandled by that particular type of abuse at the hands of someone that they trusted, and they end up in straitjackets and on skid row and all kinds of things as a result of it. And so that is kind of like where with God, when he gave me Powder Tread podcast, this was when I was in 2020. I started to do, and y'all can go look it up, Power to Tread podcast on Spotify. And if you comb through, you'll hear bits and pieces of my story. Literally, I was telling their stories, like real stories. I would tell those stories strategically, and I still wasn't ready to tell mine. So I would tell bits and pieces of my own story because I was still processing through a lot of that thick smoke and that darkness that I was under. And here I am now. God renamed it Church Doors, and then He said, "Go back to what I told you to do in 2020, and go live and talk about it. You don't have to prep this. You don't. I don't care if you know what you're doing or not. I know what I'm doing, and I need you to just go with me." And I said yes. I literally just said yes. I signed on and just did. I had this channel and did not even use it because it wasn't time. And I really wasn't ready. And so that's where we are now. And talking about this part of our childhood is very painful. I don't want anybody to think that because I'm laughing, I have
No,
shed,
the laughing is keep from crying
yeah,
because this is craziness
I've
and
shed a
it
lot of
is
tears. Bianca has too.
like literally.
Um,
This is not funny at
it
all.
it has debilitated me, and Bianca, you can speak to this too. This has debilitated me for 42 years. No cap.
No, she ain't capping, yo.
I prophesy, I lay hands, I
Y'all
I
better watch
release,
y'all. This is what I'm
wait,
saying.
wait, really quick. I release the word of the Lord to everybody, and I'm able to help people navigate. And this was one of those areas that I would have to go to family events. I would have to go to church services, funerals, weddings, anniversaries, and I would have to see my abuser and say, "Hey, Dad," like nothing ever happened. Um,
Oh hell no!
I mean,
I'm about to put my sneakers on.
I was
I'm
told
about to put
that
my sneakers
Bianca,
on. Is
can you
what I'm
please
telling you because
give
somebody.
me a moment, give me a moment, give
All
me a
right.
moment. But I would have to literally just act as if nothing ever happened. And guess what? He was a great actor too. "Hey, prophetess. Hey, girl. I saw so and so, so and so. I saw what you doing. Keep doing what you doing. God going, he going, God, da 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 da. All these things."
Ain't got no God in them.
And I would be sitting there like, just the act, the facade. Imagine covering up and covering and hiding behind a mask for 50 years, 52 years, 53 years. Like I get to year number 54 and God says, "Open your mouth, go live, talk." And I didn't understand it, but when I had my stroke, the areas that I almost literally died from a stroke was because of the numbers were crazy. And it was a level of the trauma that I was walking through and the triggers almost took me out because while I was going through therapy, at the same time I was going through therapy, that part of my brain was taking me into deep, dark memories of what I walked through from my childhood. So it was the stuff that my dad, like the first time I was ever dropped by my dad, then my older brother, and then my mother. When I went to her, she said, "Oh, that happens in big houses or large houses." So I thought that she dismissed it in such a way that that took me into drinking and smoking at 12. Like the vices that the enemy will make sure that you latch onto to get just to get some type of footing. He is divisive, so he does not care who he uses to make sure that you get where he's taking you. Like his job is
All
to
right.
drag you to hell. So he doesn't care.
Can I
And
say something about that?
yeah. But when I'm done talking, that's why podcasts are podcasts.
I'm asking. I'm just asking.
No,
Can
because
I?
you,
Can I?
yeah, because I'm gonna forget. You already know how my mind works. But yeah, you can go ahead,
The
sweetie.
vices, the vices that comes from this type of sexual trauma is beyond any other thing. You'll do anything to escape. It hurts every day, and that's why I don't think a lot of people that label you, uh, they might label somebody a drug addict. They will label somebody alcoholic or a weed head or whatever it is. They don't understand that it takes a lot to deal with what you remember. Seriously, you got to remember it. It's not going away. You remember it, and people are insensitive to that, and then label you as something. But you remember it, and you're doing whatever you can do to not deal with it. Seriously,
Yeah, that's where a lot of women will be
no,
labeled
serious, like for
more
real.
than oh, she's a hoe, she's this, she's that. But
Or even
realistically,
even being a hoe. I
well,
mean, that's
she's
lumped in with it
yeah,
too.
she's not that. She's actually broken. She's actually damaged. She's actually fragmented. She's
Yeah,
actually
you gotta
all over
figure
the
out
place
something.
because what she's been through is so dark and so freaking dirty that if she opened her mouth and spoke about it, nobody would even believe it. But the thing about opening your mouth and speaking on it is that you'd be surprised at others that really have been through that as a child. So not just children who go through abuse in that area, but I'm talking specifically leaders. Leaders. That part of it changed it for me
People that's
because
supposed to be making everything better.
yeah,
Cause
somebody assigned
when
yes.
you're a kid, you don't know the theology of things.
Hmm.
They're just supposed to make everything better. That's what you feel like as a kid. And if they're doing that, like what the hell?
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm yeah, that because my I was supposed to just go in another direction as a result of the mishandling. I remember that leaders particularly would not allow me to actually do anything from a ministry angle. I was held back. I would do something if someone would ask me to do something, I would be able to do that in that, like same ministry. But that leader would not call on me to do ministry at all because and now I know why because he knows that my mouth is open to whatever God wants to speak through me. And so he didn't know what I might say. So he made sure that he covered all bases and just never used me in that area and made sure that everyone thought that I wasn't who I am in the kingdom. He made sure that I was forbidden to talk at times because if she opens her mouth, y'all know anything can come out of her mouth. And he would say things like that too. Never know what's going to come out of her mouth. So he made sure that he created this narrative that made people not, that I was overlooked purposely. But the purity that was on the inside of me would literally tell the truth about that demon that was living in him. And so he was careful. And the facade was, I'm your father. So I called him dad. I had reverence for him. I, highly esteemed him, honored him, all of those things with the knowledge of this man is a monster behind closed doors. This man comes into my room every night and does unthinkable things, wants me to do unthinkable things. So and see, I almost went too far because y'all
No,
went to,
I'm gonna go all the way far and tell you I got an aluminum bat for his ass.
oh, okay, y'all. And this one right here, don't, for the saints that's on here, y'all didn't use some of the other language. So let her breathe. And I don't care about her language, the way that she speaks. That's how she speaks. It does not take
Aluminum bat.
away from
It's lightweight.
anything. Like her dad,
It's lightweight.
unfortunately, has
It's
passed away.
lightweight, and I got it for him.
But her mouth comes from her. I don't know, when she went to Arizona and visited her dad, and she came back from Arizona, bona fide. I mean, she talks just like her dad, like straight up gangster. So what comes out of her
Aluminum bat.
mouth?
Aluminum
Yeah,
bat is an aluminum bat.
but no, he was
Where
a
y'all
monster.
at?
He was a monster,
Where
but
y'all at? Why y'all not talking? Where aluminum bats at?
oh, she said where the aluminum bats at. So that means that anybody in the podcast in the chat that got an aluminum bat and want to go, but y'all know. Oh, yeah, our weapons are not carnal, saints, but they're mighty through God. Ah, yes, they're mighty through God. But for anybody that got a bat to swing, y'all, let God fight because He fights better than we can ever fight. But Bianca actually does think that she's a gangster, part of the mob, and all that other stuff, the
Saint,
cartel.
Saint, you know.
Well, that's a real thing for her, and I don't. Yeah, yeah, we're not gonna talk about those things because we need the community on YouTube to actually keep us going because you can't say certain things here. But anybody have any questions, comments, or anything like that before we close out this
Yeah, we're
segment?
done, y'all. We is done. I can't take it
Um,
no more.
we are definitely going to go deeper next week because
Yeah, because we
obviously,
got other stuff to talk about.
yeah,
Like we
we
didn't get to the
literally did
bottom
not
of it.
even scratch the surface. I promise you, we did not scratch the surface. I just wanted to have the conversation. I told God that I would go live on tonight.
Oh,
After he told me to go live random, I told him in May because he told me in May I want you to go live, and I said okay. I will do it. I'm going to be radically obedient, and even though it's very, it's very difficult to navigate because it's a different platform that he's calling me to. Even though this is something he told me to do in 2020, I put it down. And here we are picking it back up and running because no man having put his hands to the plow and looking back is fit for the kingdom. And since I'm in the kingdom, I want to make sure that I stay fit and ready to be used by him at any time. And here's the time. And so here I am. And any questions for Bianca, y'all? Because I don't know if she went. She did talk a little bit about the grooming part, but I don't remember her actually really answering any questions or anybody asking questions. But if y'all have any questions in the chat, can y'all shoot them out before we close out? Just giving y'all opportunity. I know that it's a delay, so I'll wait.
This is crazy.
So nobody has any questions. All right, good. So,
I,
oh wait
I
a
always
minute.
make
I'm sorry.
myself very clear. It should be no questions because I said what I said.
This is awesome. Tammy said, "You're helping others that are afraid to speak." Yes,
Don't
that's
be
my.
scared. You can't be scared. You
Yeah.
can't be scared.
Oh, she
Just
wants
tell
to
it.
know. Um, Zanisha wants to know, do you still talk to your family? Matter of fact, can you see the chat, Bianca?
Um, I'm not seeing everything you're seeing. I think it's delayed because I don't see that at all.
So she
But
wants
yeah, I
to
do
know.
still speak to my.
Okay, go ahead.
Go ahead.
Yeah,
Wait, which one?
do you still talk to your family?
Yeah, I do still speak to my family. It is just a taboo issue.
But what feelings do you have when you're in the presence of your mom or your dad or others that knew about it and did not protect y'all?
I don't know how to answer it clearly. Um, I don't feel good. I know that, but I I don't know.
Is it
I
still
mean,
animosity? Is there
no, it
any?
is animosity for sure, but they're still my actual family, so I don't know. I'm still confused.
So
I don't have an answer.
have you ever talked to them about it?
I have before, um, and it was denied, even though I know it was lies. So I don't know what to do about it. Even to this day, I don't know what to do about it.
Do they still go to that church?
My mom does, yes,
What?
yes.
Oh wow. No, that's okay. Now that
It's
is crazy.
crazy.
Yeah, now that is actually crazy.
No, it is.
Because without going into too much, that the whole court case, they were there for that stuff.
I know.
So how do you
I
see
don't
it?
know. I mean, they're my actual family, so I
So that
don't know what the. I'm
what?
just as confused as anybody else is. I'm
So
still
to
confused.
so for me, that implies that they believe that those leaders were innocent.
No, they don't believe it because they knew is what I said an hour ago.
So they knew
They knew.
that y'all
It's
were
a
being
whole
mishandled.
bigger thing than what happened to me. It's larger than that.
So how do you know that your child is being mishandled and still go to that church
I
unless you
don't
believe
know.
that they were innocent? Anybody in the chat thinking how I'm thinking, or am I crazy?
What y'all talking about? Cause I need to know too. Cause I'm still confused.
Yeah, they're asking how. Like, how does your mom, who birthed you, still go to a church that
Well,
mishandled
that's
you?
part two because we got some other stuff to unpack. But it's true. Like I can't tell a lie. Like it's true. They
Yeah,
knew.
yeah, I'm not okay either, Tahira. I am not okay. Like
They
literally.
knew. They knew the whole time.
And so, yeah, my abuser, when my mother like my mother questioned him one night after a Bible study, and I remember that night clearly. Um, So he came to my job, and then by this point I was like 18. And he ran in my job. I was working at Rite Aid, and he came in there, shook, never had come to my job before. And I remember him running in, and he came up to the counter that I was, at, and he said, "Your mom is gonna ask you if I've ever done anything to you or touched you. Uh, you got to tell her no. Don't like you have to tell her no." And I went home, and my mother, who was a seer, and she saw very well and she heard very well. I literally lied to my mother, who I had great relationship with. And I told her when she came to me, I said no. And because of how close we were, I just like, okay, maybe God hid that from her, but what she saw basically, because he said no and I said no, she just took it as a no. But I couldn't believe I lied, because if I would have opened my mouth, it would have stopped. But I
But
was
that's not your
terrified.
fault. You know that.
Well, yeah, but you know that never mind. Let's see that
It's
makes
not
that
your
also
fault.
comes
It's not
that
your
makes
fault.
me
It's not
like
your fault.
it that
It is not your fault. It
because
is
our
never.
if I would have said no, I mean if I would have said yes, it would have stopped everything. But I
No,
also
maybe not.
but because he came running in there and he said, absolutely do not tell her whatever. And I just was like, and so here we are today where I'm just like, tag, if I would have just opened my mouth up, I wouldn't have lied. I lied to my mother for this man, okay, for this monster. But yeah, I'm that the part that's is really crazy, Tammy and Zanisha and Tahira. Um, Zanisha said that part, family and church folk usually know, but they definitely protect juice boxes, and that's facts. And Zanisha, in your case, for sure, they literally protect, cover, shield. I mean, whatever they got to do, and they have
They
no,
will.
they do
They
not
will do.
care if we are left to pick up the pieces. And
Literally pick up the pieces.
nine times out of ten, you're right, Bianca. Like we can mislabel
I
the
I
whole
told him. I
alcoholic
told him.
or
I told him. I told him at 15. I didn't. This started happening when I was 6. I told him at 15. I was labeled as a whore, like I told you. They said I did something to do this. So by the time it was still happening, I was scared to tell my mom. When I
mm-hmm.
did tell my mom, and I know my mom knew it because this should be another episode, but
Hmm.
she he was doing apparent things in front of them. You don't let your little daughter sit on a grown man's lap. You don't let him touch them in front of you. Like, so I don't even know what to make of it.
Yeah, and I don't want to say the things that I could say because that is your
I
mouth.
don't know what to make of
But
that shit,
oh,
but that's what happened. And it was
yes.
regular.
So yeah, Bianca, watch your mouth. Thank you, thank you.
Sorry.
But I do understand. But watch your mouth because my audience is, you
Okay,
know,
I'm sorry. I'm
let's
sorry to the
keep
audience for the profanity.
that.
I am.
No, but I get it. We that what all of us get it. But I'm yeah,
But
just
I don't
yeah.
know what to make of that still. I still don't know what to make of it. And I'm almost 40 years old and I don't know what to make of it.
Yeah, I didn't know what to make of my mom saying to me at 11 and a half, well, that happens in big homes. Like, what does that
Like
happening in big
I,
homes
I
have to
don't
do with our home and my brother doing what he was doing to me for all these years? Every chance he got, mind you. So, yeah, I think that that's the same type of, that's, even though it's different, two different parents, but two moms being put in a situation to know what's happening with your child from your child's mouth and not covering them properly is unacceptable. And to this day, I and you know this, and everyone is knowing this live. I still struggle with that. That pain is a different type of pain. It's another
It is.
type of trauma. So remember, the enemy will move us from trauma to trauma to trauma to
Yeah,
trauma.
exactly. Because I don't even know how to deal with my mom.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It interrupts every part of us, and that's why God comes to set captives free. That's why God comes to heal, to deliver. He comes to buy us back from the enemy. Um, and whatever that looks like, he'll go to any extreme to do that. And I feel like that's why we're left to tell our stories, because it's others assigned to the other side of this conversation that have yet to share with us. Girl Ty Hera. She said the mom episode is next. Okay. So y'all meet us here and we'll talk. Now here's the thing about Bianca and I, because we have these conversations and we have been having them for a long time. You never know when we're gonna pop up. We might pop up tomorrow because we will be talking. And yeah, yesterday she wanted to just come on, and I was like, I can't because I already said I'm doing it tomorrow. So I want to be obedient to that. But now because it's May, we can talk at any time. We can open up the chat at any time. And so y'all keep your notification. Matter of fact, like, comment, and subscribe to this to YouTube, this channel, so that you can literally get all the live updates. And yeah, you'll get that notification and know when we're on. And I don't want to just upload and then share it. I want it to be live so that it's authentic. It's not scripted. It's that is kind of what we're doing. I told her I didn't want to do a script. Remember, Bianca, I
Mm.
I'm big on
No,
letting
this is a great conversation. This will be like this whether y'all was watching or not.
yeah, these are our literal conversations,
This is how we
conversations.
talk, so it would be the same way.
It really would, but that's what we wanted. I didn't want it to be. I didn't want her to put on her makeup, and I didn't want to put up makeup and all that stuff. No, let's just talk, because that's how we heal people. It's not if we carry a script, it's going to be ours. If we let God speak through us, it's going to be His. So that's the difference in what we're doing and is live for that reason. And I hope that we are helping somebody, because Jesus said, if I be lifted up from the earth, I will draw all men unto me. And our goal is to draw men to Christ and not ourselves, not this channel. If that was my goal, y'all already know I would have had my channels would be, huh? By now. But that's not my goal. I'm not interested in being somebody great in the earth unless God actually makes my name great. If He doesn't make it great, it's not great, because it's His name that He's lifting up through me, not my name through Him. Like that's backwards. So y'all get it. Yeah, we thank you. Zanisha said she loves our courage, both of us. So Bianca, take courage, because we're going higher and deeper into the conversation. My prayer before you get to the conversation concerning moms is that God will break up that part of you and that part of me that is unhealed, because I think that is very tender in that area for me, and I know it is for you. That mom thing hit a little different. My mom and I were best friends, and I told her everything. She told me everything. I lied to her. And things that she shared with me concerning her life is necessary for today, y'all. And that she wouldn't have shared the details of what she was dealing with and walking through. Y'all gonna be able to connect the dots and be like, oh shoot. That's why her mom left this for her to tell. Because church doors is a door that she walked through that she never should have walked through. And as a result of her walking through that door, this is why we're having this conversation. So y'all get what I'm putting down. We're gonna have deeper conversation on next week or tomorrow. But either way, it'll be in May. All of May for sure will be filled with episode after episode after episode of Church Door. So stay tuned. Pray for us. We're praying for you. And anything else you want to say, Bianca, before we close out?
Church Doors 2026
Oh yeah.
exposed the pedophiles.
Okay.
Expose them. They're
Yo.
not protected anymore.
And we will be at Essence Fest. Bianca and I will be at Essence Fest 2026, July what is it, the 3rd through the 5th in New Orleans for the film festival. Church Doors. We sent in the application and we've been working on. So for those of you who don't follow me on social media, I think I do. Well, I do know that I follow some people. I don't know, whoever follows me, whoever doesn't, go follow me at Power to Tread Global on Facebook and YouTube. I mean, Facebook and Instagram and TikTok. I have some excerpts of called Church Doors, and I talk about what I walk through. So go follow me on TikTok specifically for those excerpts, and you'll be able to be kept caught up. But we're going to Essence Fest to just what are we doing there, Bianca? Because I think that we
We
definitely are
are
going to be.
exposing the juice boxes.
No, we're networking with writers, producers.
Exposing the juice boxes and networking. That's what
We're
we're
a
doing.
part.
Because the
Yeah,
juice boxes,
we're a
I'm
part of the
telling you,
Essence Film Festival. So this year we'll be at Essence Fest specifically for the film festival, and we're also going to be, besides the film festival, we'll be networking with other writers, producers, and script
1,000
screenwriters,
people.
and all of those people for to go into the arenas that God has situated us to walk through, to tell our stories, and to just take it to the bigger screens that are out there for us. So that's the other side of this that we wanted to let y'all know. That's exciting. That's the joy that comes with doing the work that God has told us to do. Because if we didn't open our mouths, we wouldn't be here. We wouldn't be going to Essence Fest, and others that have already started to walk out of those prison doors are willing to have the conversation with us. So they're joining the movement, church doors, because it's not the kingdom of God. That is a kingdom that's already established and cannot be overthrown. But church doors, like the church, oh, that's a whole nother system operated by Satan himself, with runners and leaders and his apostles, evangelists, prophets, and teachers and pastors. And we are called to expose that darkness. Yes, we are the Peters in the earth, and he said, "Upon this rock I will build my church, and the gates of hell shall not prevail against it." So, yes, the church of Jesus Christ will never be overthrown. Okay, and that's my closing. Love y'all. Talk to y'all soon, and y'all keep treading, literally, because the journey of 1,000 miles. It takes one step at a time. So keep treading. You'll get there. All right. Talk to y'all soon. Bye.
Amen.
Yo. All right. See y'all. Wait, I don't know. Wait, close.